Welcome to the Society of Cryptid Hunters podcast. Josh and David are just two regular guys who share a passion for cryptids and our world's weird and unknown things. Please follow us on your favorite podcast platform and consider supporting us by subscribing or liking our show. Join us on our journey as we delve into the world of cryptozoology.
Yeah.
All right, Josh.
Hey, David. Welcome. How's it going?
It's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Getting
know
ready,
if you,
getting in the holiday spirit, are you?
yeah, do you know what month it is?
It is December. Deep in
Did
it.
you
Deep in
did you
December.
did you know that December 6th has come and gone?
It has come and gone. Yes, it has.
Do you know what happens on December 6th?
I and no, but I know you're gonna tell me.
December 6th is the feast of Saint Nicholas, otherwise known as Krampus Day.
Krampus Day. That's
Or
great.
excuse me, Krampus night. I think
Krampus
Krampus Day sounds funnier.
Krampus not. That's the if you spell that way, yeah.
And
So
it sounds like you're sneezing.
sneezing. Yeah, bless you.
What are-
Gesundheit. So
Well, so what are we doing today, Josh?
well, I'd like to welcome everyone to the Society of Cryptid Hunters podcast, where we talk about all these wonderful cryptids and UFOs and crazy things out there. I'm sorry, UAPs? Is it UAPs? Or just drones? Are we just
I don't
doing
know what
drones?
it is anymore.
No, it's too much. In our last episode, we did cover UAPs and we talked about imminent, which is the Louis Elizondo. And if you've been watching the news like I have nonstop and going down the wonderful rabbit holes of YouTube, you've been seeing the drones. So, do you guys want to hear an episode about what we think's going on with the drones? Let's leave some comments and stuff. But we're gonna get back to our mythical creatures. Would it be
Fantastical, mythical.
mystical creatures? Yeah. We did a series of that. I'd recommend going back and listen to those as well. Those were a lot of fun. And we're gonna get into one now that is perfect for this time of year, and that is the one and only Krampus. So, what is Krampus? What the heck is Krampus? Krampus is a mythical figure from the Alpine folklore, often depicted as a horned, devil-like creature who punishes naughty children. You know, my voice can get that low, did you?
No, I didn't.
So, but he does this during the Christmas season, and Krampus is a pretty popular character during holiday traditions, especially in parts of Austria and Germany. He is not considered real. Instead, he is part of a
That's
rich
funny.
cultural tradition.
Sorry, that's he's not considered real.
He is not considered real. So people, I know a lot of our shows that we talk about, we actually like with leprechauns and things like that. Is like there's a belief in these things, and
We always
uh,
go back to this leprechaun thing. That like there's an extent. What was it like? A third of the people believe it,
oh,
or a quarter?
it's a vast majority of everyone in Ireland believes in
Right,
leprechauns. So
in some sort of tale that is
yeah.
true. Yeah.
So, but apparently people in Austria and Germany believe in Krampus to scare their kids into behaving. So that's what,
Yeah, it's like the chupacabra, but as Santa Claus.
yeah. Oh, yeah. So, um, the Krampus. Hey, for me personally, never heard of Krampus until I was probably, I want to say even out of college. It was never like big like it is now when everybody's heard of it.
Okay,
Uh,
I'm gonna admit I didn't even know it existed until the movie came out. I was like, what the hell is a Krampus?
what,
Does that sound?
2015?
Yeah,
2015, dude?
probably, yeah, because
Yeah, I
I
swear.
probably just thought it was a shitty way of saying grandpa or something.
Krampus. Here comes old Krampus. Quick, get the door.
It's old man Krampus.
Oh no, Krampus threw his back out again. Here we go.
Threw his
Um,
back. He's got to throw his back out.
Krampus is in the other room. Get my stogies, you know. You shouldn't drink while you're I'm talking. Otherwise, it's gonna, as they come out the nose there, Krampus. I think the first time I heard of it, I think there was an episode of The League and they brought up Krampus, and I'm like, what in the world is Krampus? So,
Huh.
but I can't remember what year that was, but it could have been. Well, it could have been about that time, yeah. So, anyway, Krampus. They're like I haven't heard a lot about it when I was younger, but apparently this is something that so half horned, half goat, half demon creature who accompanies Saint Nicholas during the Christmas season, while Saint Nicholas rewards children for their good behavior with gifts. Right? Good old Saint Nick. It's Krampus who punishes those who've been naughty. Now, um, he's been known to carry chains and birch rods, which he uses to swat at misbehaving children.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
switch.
The switch. He's even said to be the worst offenders, to take the worst offenders, the worst kids of there, to the underworld. Wow, this is getting dark. So,
Oh yeah.
So kids in Germany and Austria must have been really bad that they had to come up with something like Krampus.
Yeah.
I have December 5th
Huh.
as Krampus not, so it could be 5th or 6th. It might be these like overnight. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe December 6th is Krampus Day.
Yeah, right. No.
Krampus,
And it's
the 5th is Krampus not.
Krampus Eve. Krampus Eve. There you go.
Krampus Eve. I don't know what that means, but but on Krampus night, Krampus said to roam the streets, accompanied by Saint Nicholas. Um, there's hold on, there's some great stuff here. This tradition includes events like the Krampus Loft, aka the Krampus Run.
I was gonna bring this up because have you ever watched those videos?
So it's in they've been popping up on social media this year.
Oh,
I
I've
haven't
seen them for years. Ever since
yeah,
that
I
movie
think
came
I haven't
out.
just didn't pay attention, but obviously the things that I search for now.
Now I will
So,
tell you, my whole feed is now. I just get sent videos of UAPs or people like trying to make videos of UAPs. Like that's all I see on it.
it's
If I open my
the most
phone, it's just
terrifying
UFOs.
video. It's only
Oh,
short. I can't get stuck in the shorts. I'll be in it for hours.
oh,
And you
I'll
know,
sit. Somebody at work will be like, "What are you looking at?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it."
no,
It's a
it's like
stupid UFO
the
video,
it's the alien on stilts. I
right?
can't, I,
Or at the Miami Mall.
yeah. Oh man. Oh,
Um,
there's truth.
but
But yes,
yeah,
the video of the parade.
so those parades, the what I wanted to say about that is like those costumes that they have, those look super expensive.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're so intricate, and those people are really into it. Like I gave it to them. I think it's like the one I usually like always see pops up is Austria, which that's one of the main countries for this tale.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but here's my thing, like, do you think those dudes are wearing those things on Halloween, or they just wear it on Krampus Day?
Krampus Day. I bet that's it. It's for that tradition. It's got to be. I didn't look too much into that as opposed to just talking about it now. But I think what we'll do is, if you're in the Facebook group, I'll post the video of the parade. I'll find one, put some on there. So
Oh, I'll have several. I'll post them too. Like
yeah,
they're
yeah, let's
fun
get
to
it.
watch, but like there's no way I'm going to that because it just looks kind of like after
Oh,
like 10 minutes, I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. I'm gonna do something else.
first of all, they look like it's well, they look very warm and cozy, but also just the banging. They're all banging just drums from what I saw, and
Well,
it's
yeah, and
just
like
really
some of them have like
creepy.
yeah, so it's like a Halloween parade
Yeah,
basically, but in December 6th or 5th or
it,
whatever.
it's one. Yeah, maybe it's December 5th here, but 6th there because of the time difference.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm just making it up as I go now at this point.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I,
golly.
so about this origin story. Let me hear that.
Yeah, the hornage.
Yeah, the St. Nicholas Festival we describe incorporates culture elements widely disputed in Europe. St. Nicholas himself became popular in Germany around the 11th century. The feast is dedicated to the patron of children, is only one winter occasion in which children are objects of special attention, and other being the Feast of the Holy Innocents. Masked devils acting and making nuances of themselves are known in Germany since at least the 16th century, while animal masked devils combined dreadful comic antics appeared in medieval churches and plays. Large literature, much of which by European folklorists bears these subjects, as Austrians in communities we study are quite aware of the heathen elements. Which, yeah, like that's one thing. Like it's basically like a pagan Santa Claus,
Yeah.
you know? Like
Right.
like I read into this and I was like, I feel like somebody just was mad that they were told the story of Santa. Like this is what I think it is, man. I'm gonna tell you what I think Santa is.
Yeah.
It's a goat masked hooved man that beats children.
Yeah. No.
Or maybe that kid that came up with the original story did not get the bicycle he wanted for Christmas.
Oh, that's a possibility. But my thought, Krampus was invented for families that couldn't afford gifts. You got to stop drinking when I'm talking.
That is that is awesome. That is
It's
such a
like,
yeah.
hey, you better behave. Your gift is to not go to the underworld with this
Yeah.
fanged horned creature.
They're like, hey little Timmy,
And
we can't afford
what's
gifts,
about
but if
me?
you're not good, you might go to hell.
Yeah, Krampus is obviously the son of Hell, where he was the symbol of the wild and untamed forces of winter. I'm gonna behave to keep my life. Son, would you like a new Nintendo this year, or would you like to keep your life?
In the
In America, it'd
17th.
be Nintendo. You know that.
I actually I was gonna talk about it. Like one year, my it was I can show my age right now. I think it was like 86 or something. One of the Christmas presents was the Nintendo NES original
Yeah,
OG. Still have it right in front of the TV right I'm in front of. But my parents were smart because my sister I think was like 12 at the time. Um, my mom gave it to my dad as a present so that we wouldn't fight over it. And then my
uh,
dad spent the rest of the day playing Duck Hunt on Christmas. And then, I was really young, so I just went straight up to the TV and shot all the ducks from like an inch away,
oh yeah. No, no.
like every normal American should do.
Now let me ask you an important question here. Was the light gun gray or red or orange?
Mine was gray. I still own
That a
it.
boy. OG.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't no poser. Come on, man.
Yeah. No.
I actually own two Nintendos NES.
Yeah.
One I bought from a guy like my senior year or something, and all of his games for like it was nothing, like $30 or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's you can't do that now.
No.
Retro
It
game
might not
pricing
even,
has gone way up.
it might have been like $20 to be honest. It was like nothing. And I still have I have like I think I have over 100 games for regular Nintendo.
Oh, you do? Well, we might have to
Mm,
talk offline sometime about this.
hmm.
I still have like 30, I think so.
Well, there's no Krampus game though,
There is,
unfortunately.
I don't think, yeah. There might be like a homebrew version, I'm sure somebody made. Because they still make them. People still make like the 8-bit homebrew games for Nintendo. There's
I do like
documentary on it. You gotta check it out. But they should make a Krampus game. What do you do? Just go around scared kids or try to catch them? Or you gotta avoid Krampus
or eat
by
kids or
behaving, doing
something.
chores? I don't know.
Let's talk.
Choring.
So,
Do some choring.
in preparation for this episode, I watched the movie again this
You
week.
did not.
I did.
I had no
Which, by the
time.
way, for
Dude,
everybody that's
just
out there, go ahead.
complete transparency though. David texted me tonight. Hey, I'm ready to go tonight. It's like, oh, totally forgot.
Oh, it's Friday.
And we start hit the record. Hey, we're talking about Krampus, right?
Well, so I watched it like a little over a week ago, right?
I got a
And I
nap.
looked it up, and I always like, when I'm looking for a movie, I just Google whatever the movie is, and then streaming after it in Google.
Oh,
And
okay.
like Tubi has like everything. So, but
Oh, Tubi
sometimes they're
is
not
fantastic.
right. But they also have movies that people upload. So sometimes like when you
They do?
think you're looking, yeah, well, not that they upload, but it's like a knockoff movie, right?
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, so I don't remember what I watched. I think I watched it on Peacock or something, but there's like at least five Krampus movies on Tubi that are just like all these other like B movie. I wouldn't even call them B movies. I didn't watch them. I'm not going to because it looked like they were made with $100. But the original Krampus movie is actually
More
pretty
expensive
good.
than the movies we made.
Yeah. Um, but the thing about that 2015 movie is one thing I want to highlight, and this is going to be a spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen it. If you haven't seen it by now, it came out forever ago. But there's like gingerbread cookie men that like terrorize this family. And if you read anything, like where do these gingerbread men come from? Like whoever wrote the movie is like, I'm gonna throw evil gingerbread men in here because it makes no sense. But and none of the lore talks about anything other than just this hooded, uh, goat man, basically. But the movie's pretty good. It has a tragic ending. Um, it's a I guess I would you call it a dark comedy?
Yes. Yeah, definitely call it dark comedy.
It's got that guy in it. Oh my God, I can't believe I
I
just did
can't
that.
remember the name, but I just know it's like a dysfunctional family that accidentally summons Krampus during Christmas.
Well, no, it's so what it was is like the kid, um, instead of uh he every year he writes a letter to Santa, and the letter he wrote today is like, I don't want my family anymore or something like that.
Uh,
And his dad's mother, or which is his grandma, coincidentally, is German, like actually from Germany, and spoke German and was talking about Krampus. But when he puts it in the mailbox, whatever, it flies into the sky, and then of course Krampus comes afterwards. But it's a fun movie. Again, I don't, if I heard about it before that, I don't know that I did. Uh,
yeah,
I will tell you, Josh, do you remember Mystery Science Theater 3000?
absolutely. I
Okay.
still have the movie on VHS.
I don't know if I think I've seen
Like
it.
everybody needed to know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Uh,
Island Earth.
yeah, maybe I have seen that. Oh, anyway, so back when it was starting out, I was very young. There was it was like, I think it's in Spanish or something. And I looked it up before this episode. I forgot to write down what the name of the movie. I'll post it in our Facebook group, but it's like Santa Claus versus the devil, basically.
Oh
And
yeah.
uh
Yeah.
and it's on Mystery Science Theater 3000. And it's
All
it's
right.
an awesome episode because
I'm sure.
it's basically just like Santa fighting the devil. Like it's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, yeah.
And of course their commentary makes it even funnier.
Oh, of course.
Um, which that show was pretty revolutionary for its time. Um,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
uh, but yeah, like I'm pretty sure whoever wrote that was like thinking of the Krampus lore prior to. There's not a whole lot about it. I tried looking on YouTube. It was like Krampus sightings, and it's just people that are like, I thought Krampus wasn't real, but then I saw it when I was trying to get fish out of the ocean. It was like, cool,
I
man.
didn't know they're from Alabama. All right.
Cool, cool story, bro. But there's not a whole lot into it. You just said in the beginning of this episode that they're not real. Um, what I think it probably is just some kid that was mad, and made up his own Saint Nicholas story. Um, I think I also think here's the other thing. Old Austrian, Bavarian, and German stories. Like, have you ever
Hmm.
seen that meme where it talks about the original German fairy tales and it's just like a girl on fire as a cartoon, you know? Because
Yeah.
like the original like stories, they never ended well. It was always ended in tragedy,
Yeah.
like old fairy tales. And like, I don't know, maybe they molded old, but I mean, like you said, it was probably somebody like the chupacabra, like, hey kids, don't go out at night.
Yeah,
because Krampus might come and beat you with a stick and
there's,
throw him in the back of his
yeah,
knapsack.
don't be bad. Otherwise, Krampus is gonna get you. Um, there's some other movies I found too that I forgot they were in. Um,
Right.
Christmas Horror Story was also in 2015. It's an anthology film with multiple interwoven stories, which includes Krampus as a central figure. It kind of ends as there's a big battle at the end between Santa Claus and Krampus
Have you
in
seen
that
this?
one. Not sure where that one's at, but might be one to look up. Rare Exports, A Christmas Tale, classic movie, 2010. It's a Finnish film that explores the darker side of Santa Claus mythology, featuring a Krampus-like creature. But it's a chilling take on Christmas folklore. There are some TV shows. I don't know if you remember the episode of American Dad. There's Minstrel Krampus, portrayed as a Christmas demon who punishes naughty children, and adding a more humorous twist to the legend. And then the TV show Supernatural. There was a show that had Krampus in an episode called A Very Supernatural Christmas, and they encountered a creature inspired by the Krampus legend. Also, for people that have been to the movies recently, the movie Red One with Dwayne Johnson, there is a Krampus figure and Krampus-like
No
creatures in
way.
that movie.
I
Yes,
was gonna watch that this weekend actually, because
it
it's on
is
like
now
Amazon or something.
streaming. Yeah, Amazon Prime. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you can watch it.
And if you're
But it
not,
is still
then
playing in theaters, and it's a lot better to go to the movies.
yeah, I will. I'll check it out. I've actually heard it's pretty good. But you've probably already seen it. You see everything.
I have not. I can tell you that I did was told I did watch 80 movies in the theaters this year.
You watched 80 movies this year
In the theater,
in the
yeah,
theater.
yeah.
I don't know if I've watched 80 movies in a theater ever.
That's
Like,
just this year.
I bet
That's
I've
not even
watched
counting
like
last year.
20.
So
No, I
last
probably
year was
watched
like
more than 20.
60. So,
Yeah.
yep.
Hmm.
Mhm. Well, but to get back to Krampus, there's just a little rundown again on like the festivals and things that happen in these alpine regions. Like I said, we'll post the videos of the parades and things like that to kind of get the discussion on Krampus going while we're kind of ending out December here and getting into the new year. But Krampus Night celebrated on December 5th. We see Krampus roaming the streets, often with a St. Nicholas. It's popular in Austria, Germany, and other central parts of Central Europe. There's the Krampus Run. It's a central event in many Krampus festivals where people dress up as Krampus and parade through the streets. So that's what I like a video on. But it's also known as being very lively, sometimes frightening atmosphere. They have lots of elaborate costumes, masks, drums, things like that. There are the Krampus parades in Austria, the most famous parades. Oh, particularly in the, well, I hope I can say this right. Tyrolean region. Um, so they feature participants dressed as Krampus and other mystical creatures. And it's just a procession. So that's probably the one. That's actually probably the one we've seen mostly online. There are also some celebrations in the United States. They started gaining popularity in New York, LA, Portland. Um,
Of course.
yeah, it's all right. But they include parades, costume contests, and theme parties. So that's just some things that happen. So yeah, if you're December 5th, you want to get all Krampusy.
Oh, that's one thing I wanted to bring up. Have you heard of, I'm gonna butcher the name of this, but it's
Huh?
called Krampus Karstensen. Uh, Europeans have exchanging greeting cards featuring Krampus since the 19th century.
Oh wow.
Sometimes introducing with I'm not gonna read that German name. Greetings from Krampus in German. You could go do the translation yourself.
Yeah.
The cards usually have humorous rhymes and poems.
Mm.
Krampus is often featured looming menacing over children. He is also shown having one human foot and one clove hoof. In some Krampuses, sometimes he has sexual overtones, which is weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean that's funny and all, but if somebody sent me a Krampus gift card or not a gift card, but a Christmas card, I'd be like, all right, cool, I guess.
yeah. So the whole, it's something else I just want to bring up really quick. How Krampus was actually banned. Like if people caught wearing a Krampus costume, during
like
sometimes, or actually got given the death penalty. Um,
no. Let me hear it.
yeah, so we know that it dates back before the Inquisition because it was banned then. Anyone who caught dressed up as Krampus faced the death penalty because it was perceived as a devil figure. Interestingly enough, the Nazis also banned Krampus for its pagan origins.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like yeah, I mean, I guess it basically is the devil. It's got hoof feet and goat
Mhm.
horns. And
Also, oh, the other tradition I totally forgot. I actually knew this one. In Germany, children had put their shoes or boots outside the door on the evening of December 5th in hope St. Nicholas, the patron saint of children, um, or Santa Claus, will fill them the next morning with sweets, nuts, and other goodies. That was
in their
part of that.
shoes?
Yeah, put them outside the door, uh, which ended up being the stocking.
Oh,
So
wow. I forgot about that.
that's where that comes from. So yeah, a lot of the obviously the Christmas traditions and things like that are going to be a lot of German-based things. They had
Customary to offer Krampus schnapps, of course, a
yeah,
strong distilled fruit brandy. These may include Peckerton. I don't know what that means. Similarly, wild pagan spirits of Germanic folklore and sometimes female representations, although the Peckerton are properly associated with the period between winter solstice and January or 6th. Wow, that didn't age well.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, but yeah, that's pretty much it on Krampus, man.
There's not a whole lot about it. I mean, there's not like a ton of folklore. That's the problem with talking about it. Like,
Yeah,
there's not this huge backstory. There's not like some tale there's not like a grim story tale for me to tell you that I'm really good at telling, of course. Um, it's just something that I mean, like Santa Claus. Let's get into Santa Claus. Santa Claus has a ton of stories, like a ton, metric ton.
mhm.
I mean, and it has been told forever, and there's so many renditions. Like Krampus is just again probably some kid didn't get his bicycle. Maybe I mean maybe back then he probably didn't get his wooden clock or whatever he want. What would you want? What would you want in the whenever this was whatever
Wooden
time?
shoes. Well, I don't know.
What? Watch, by the way, like how would wooden shoes feel? Like that's gotta be super. Like maybe that's why he was
Yeah,
mad
I have
because he was
no idea.
wearing wood. You know what it was, Josh?
Hmm.
He got wooden shoes for Christmas instead of Jordans.
Yeah, before the Inquisition, of course.
Wait, they didn't have Jordans then?
No, no.
They've had Jordans forever, Josh.
Yeah, yeah. We're old, but not that old. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. I
yeah.
mean, I love the story. I love the movies. I think the videos are fun, but like I can tell you, I'm never going to a Krampus parade.
No,
And
no. Just give me a Christmas market any day. I'll go
yeah,
there.
yeah. I will
Still, you can
in
still give
this.
me schnapps.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on which one it is, but
Yeah.
what's your favorite Christmas present you've ever gotten?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, because back then I would have said like a lot of toys and stuff, but now it's like different. So it's getting different now because now I have kids. So it's like my
Yeah,
Christmas
but I'm not
presents are
talking
like,
what you gave them, or somebody gave you.
yeah,
There's a
well, I don't
difference.
know. I mean, it's the same thing. The Nintendo was a big one back in the day. I got a dog one year. He was good.
The Nintendo was big, but the biggest for me was either the Nintendo, very young, but I remember for Christmas I got my first bicycle.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
I got a Dino VFR. I looked
I
it up.
remember now.
I remember I actually in preparation for this episode, I looked it up on the internet. I was like, man, I kind of want to get this nostalgic and buy my original bike. They're like $2,000. I was like, I'm not that nostalgic.
Yeah. No. I will say one Christmas, I thought I was done opening presents, and my mom said, "No, there's something else on the tree." So I looked up there and I had two tickets. That's right,
To
two
midnight?
tickets to go see Hulk Hogan wrestle at the Toledo at the
That
Toledo
is
Sports
awesome.
Arena against the one-man gang. First
Wow.
time I saw Hogan live. I've seen him many more times live, but
Wow. Did your dad go?
yeah, obviously he took me. I was still like, I forget how old I was,
Wow.
but
Did
and
you
then
run around the room?
I didn't think we could go because it was like I don't know if it was like later that night or the day after Christmas. I just like, oh, we can't go. It's like Christmas, and my mom's like, no, you can go, and I just couldn't believe it. I just thought we had to stay at home on Christmas all day. You know,
Oh, it was like that day?
I think it was Christmas Day, but it was like at that night.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know they did that. I've never been to a you know, a wrestling game
Well, let's
before.
not get into that because that's a whole nother podcast, man. I've been to too many. I was actually
Yeah.
going to go tomorrow night.
Oh, really?
Independent
Oh,
wrestling in town, but anyway,
well, has
we
there
like to
ever
get
been uh a wrestle like a has a wrestler ever like been a Santa Claus figure
of
as
course
their
Santa
persona?
Claus, yes, and Krampus, I'm not sure of. So,
Yeah, I don't think there was ever a Krampus.
there
I mean,
probably was, and if it would have been like late WCW days, I would imagine, because that's when things got really crazy.
have I ever told you who my favorite wrestler is?
No,
I'll give you a hint. He was in the movie They Live.
Roddy Piper.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
I came here to chew bubble gum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
That movie's amazing. He's a one. What's crazy about him is he was like the bad guy, but he was actually a huge family man and like a perfect person, like a great
Yeah,
human being.
yeah.
Well, Krampus, um, I've never met him. He didn't come to my house. I don't think I'm pretty sure I probably wrote to
If
Santa
you
at one
did, you
point.
probably wouldn't be here. You'd be in
Oh,
the other.
that's one thing I wanted to tell you. Before we close this out, how old do you think you were when you stopped believing in Santa Claus?
What do you mean?
Oh, you got me on that one. Oh, so when I remember I took this like I think it was like you're gonna make fun of me, but I think it was like
That's not
preschool.
hard to do.
It was like preschool. It wasn't even, it
Beauty
definitely
hater.
wasn't. It was before yeah, it was before kindergarten. I went to like preschool with this like book about uh uh pyramids, like the pyramid in Egypt. And I
Uh-huh.
thought it was so cool. I was like, I'm reading a book about pyramids. Well, I'm pretty special. And he was talking about Santa, and I was like, Santa's not real. And he started crying, and I had to talk to his parents.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah, you got to keep that going on as long as you can.
but I remember when I found out that Santa wasn't real. I mean, of course he's real, but I remember I woke up super early, like probably like 3 in the morning or something, or maybe it was before that. I don't know. But I
Yeah.
remember seeing my mom or dad, I don't remember which, stuffing our stocking, and I was like, wait a second,
Hey, wait a minute.
this is there's something going on here.
Are you stealing my stuff? Anyway, but I want to thank everyone for listening. I hope you enjoyed the episode on Krampus. Please like and comment on our show, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Let us know you're listening. Also, send try to get into the Facebook group. I think you just have to find it, Society of Cryptid Hunters, and just request to join. A couple questions, we'll get you in there. Join in all the fun. And yeah, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone. I should get this out before then, but yeah.
Before we go, I wanted to put out 2 shout outs. One to the Schroffmeister. He made me several crocheted cryptids. I will be posting pictures of them whenever he gets his Etsy set up. But we'll start trying to push that because they're pretty cool, and you do a pretty good job. It's pretty cool. And the other shout out I want to put out to the West of Nowhere podcast. Um, I can't listen to y'all at work because I might get in trouble. But other than that, this was a fun episode. Josh, you're awesome. I will see y'all later. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye.